Good morning, students. This lesson is of class 6th for the subject of mathematics, chapter 7, decimals, which is being submitted to you on 26 July 2021. Children, in today's lesson, we are going to discuss about decimals. A fraction whose denominator is 10 or higher power of 10, that is 100, 1000 or 10,000, etc., is called a decimal fraction. Clear? For example, 2 upon 10, 3 upon 10, 7 upon 100, 21 upon 1000, all these are decimals. These are the fractions that we can convert into decimals. Now children, have a look. 1 upon 10 is a fraction. The expanded form is 1 into 1 upon 10. And how to write in decimal? 0.1. Right? Similarly, next is 1 upon 100. Now, how to write 1 upon 100? That is 0 into 1 upon 10 plus 1 into 1 upon 100. Now, children, you can see in the denominator we have two zeros. So, after decimal, we'll write 0 and then 1. So, this we read as 0.01. Right? Similarly, 99 upon 100 is 0.99. Children, note down here, we will not read this as 0.99. That is wrong. We'll read this as 0.99. Clear? Now, next is 1 upon 1000. So, we will read this as 0.001. That is, after decimal, we have 3 digits. Right? Now, the next one is 88 upon 100. Sorry, 1000. 88 upon 1000. We will read this as 0.088. Right? Is it clear? Now, next is 789 upon 1000. Now, children, here, how many zeros are there in the denominator? 3. Right? So, it is 0.789. Clear? Now, see the next one. Next is 7 by 10. 7 by 10. So, this is 3 is a whole number and 7 upon 10 is a decimal fraction. So, the expanded form here is 3 multiplied by 1 plus 7 multiplied by 1 upon 10. Right? And we will read this as 3.7. I hope it is clear to everyone. Now see the next one. 85 is a whole number. 39 upon 100 is a decimal fraction. So children, here 85 will come as it is. Then 39 upon 100 means 0.39. So the answer is 85.39. Clear? Now the next one is 13 3 by 100. Now children, here also 13 is a whole number and 3 upon 100 is a fraction. So 13. Now what is 3 upon 100? 3 upon 100 is 0.03. So the number is 13.03. I hope you all have understood this now. Now the next number is 7 513 upon 1000. Now children, here also 7 is a whole number. 7 will come as it is. Then 513 is 0.513. So the number is 7.513. Right? Now the next is 659 upon 1000. Now children, 6 is a whole number. 59 upon 1000 is 0.59. So it is 6.059. Is it clear? 59 upon 1000 is 0.59. I hope you all have understood this now. Now children, let us discuss about decimal places. What are decimal places? A number of digit contained in the decimal part of a number is the number of decimal places in it. For example, children, 7.45 has 2 decimal places, right? Then 10.954 has 3 decimal places. 101.9549 has 4 decimal places. Is it clear? Now children, let us discuss about like fractions. Sorry, like decimals. Now what are like decimals here? Decimals which have the same number of decimal places are called like decimals. For example, 7.83, 6.59, 10.12 are like decimals. Why children? Why these are like decimals? Because all are having 2 decimal places. So these are all like decimals. Clear? Now let us discuss about unlike decimals. Now what are unlike decimals? The decimals which have different number of decimal places are called unlike decimals. For example, 20.51. The number of decimal places are 2. 7.169. The number of decimal places are 3.6. Then 0.6793. So all these are unlike decimals. Children, here note down one very important point, that is 0.7 or 0.70 or 0.700, etc. all are equal. That means after 7 I can put as many as 0 here. The meaning will be same. Have you understood this? So now let us discuss. So first of all, hence putting any number of zeros to the extreme right side of the decimal part of a decimal does not change the value of the decimal. Clear? Now children, let us discuss about comparison of 2 decimals. When we compare 2 decimals that have different whole number part, the decimal number with the greater whole number part is greater. For example, 63 and 59. 63 is greater than 59. Clear? Children, when we compare two decimal numbers that have the same whole number parts, we begin by converting the given number into like decimals by putting the required number of zeros to the right of the decimal point. Then we start comparing from the 10th place, right? The decimal number with the greater digit in the same place is greater. Now let us try to understand this with the help of an example. Have a look. To compare 9.1 and 9.008, we first convert them into like decimals. Children, we know that after 1, we can put as many as zeros here. So, 9.1 is equal to 9.100, right? Now, let us compare 9.100 and 9.008. It is very clear that 9.100 is greater than 9.008. I hope you all have understood this now. Now, children, you can take a short break of 3 to 4 minutes and solve the given question in your maths register. The question is, write the following fractions as decimals. The first one is 8 upon 10, then 9 upon 100, 13 upon 13, 15 upon 1000. Now pause the lesson for 3 minutes. Break is over, children. Now the answer of given question are, first is 0.8, 0.09, then 13.015. Now children, note down one important point here, 13.02, here 35.02. 35 is the integral or the whole part, and 0.02 is the decimal or a fractional part, right? So before decimal, it is whole part, and after decimal, it is decimal or fractional part. I hope it is clear to everyone. Now, let us discuss few questions from exercise 7A given at page number N107. Now see, children, here the first question is, write the decimal equivalent of 6 multiplied by 10. Now what is 6 multiplied by 10? 60. 5 multiplied by 1? 5. 2 into 1 upon 10. Children, I can read this as 1/10 also. So this is 0.2. 8 into 1 upon 100 is 0.08. Now see how to add them. 60 plus 5 is 65. Now here, children, 0.2 and 0.08. How to add this now? After 2, we can put 1 0. So this is 8, then 2, then decimal, and this. So 65 plus 0.28 is 65.28. I hope it is clear to everyone. Now, let us see question number 4. See, in this question, identify the greatest and the least number among the following. Now, children, the first one is 1.60, 0.61, 0.160, 6.01 and 6.1. So let us convert into like fractions. How to convert? We can put zeros at the end. So 1.60 is 1.600. 0.61 is 0.0610, right? Then this will come as it is. Then 6.01 is 6.010. Then next also we have put 20 at the end. Now children, we have to find the greatest number. See all the integral parts. Here the integral part is 1. Here it is 0. Then again 0. Then 6 and then 6. So the integral part 6 is greater. Now out of these two, we have to select the greatest number. So it is clear that 6.100 is the greatest number, right? So 6.100, we can write this as 6.1. I hope it is clear to everyone now. Now children, let us discuss about the smallest, or you can say the least number. In that case, again, we will see the integral parts. The smallest integral is which one? Yes, it is 0.610 and 0.160. Now, out of these two children, you can see very clearly that 0.160 is the smallest number. So that is, you can write this as 0.16. Clear? Now let us discuss about this question number 6. Question number 6 is, write the following mixed fractions as decimals. The first one is, children, you can see that 5 is the whole number. So 5 will come as it is. Then 3 upon 10 is a fraction. 3 upon 10 means 0.3. So the answer here is 5 plus 0.3. I can put 5.0, right? So this is 3.5. Clear? So 5.3 is the answer here. Clear to everyone? Now let us discuss the next question. In the next question, that is question number 7, what we have here is, write decimal as fractions in their simplest form. The first one is 0.7. Now 0.7 is 7 upon 10, right? Similarly, the next one is 10.05. So the digits after decimals are 2. So I will take 2 zeros in the denominator, right? So here it is 1005 upon 100. I hope you all have understood this. Now children, let us discuss the last question. That is question number 8. Change the following fractions into decimals. Now see the first one, 47 upon 20. Now children, we have to focus on the denominator here. We have to convert the denominator in such a way so that we'll get the multiples of 10. That is 10, 100, then 1000 and so on. That is, if in order to get these numbers in denominator, we have to multiply the denominator with such a number so that we'll get any number out of these. So have a look now. 20 multiplied by 5. Now 5 2s are 10 and 20. 25 is 100. Right? Now, since I'm multiplying my denominator with 5, I will multiply the numerator also with 5. So 47 multiplied by 5 is 235. Clear? So the answer is 2.35. I hope you all have understood this now. Now children, see the fourth part of the same question. What we have to do here is, the denominator is 25. So 25 fours is 100. So similarly, we multiply the numerator also with 4. So the answer is 92 upon 100. That is 0.92. Is it clear to everyone now? Now children, let us discuss about addition and subtraction of decimals. To add or subtract decimal numbers, arrange the decimal numbers in columns according to the place value of the digits such that the decimal point comes one below the other. Then add or subtract them and place the decimal sign in the answer exactly below the decimal points of the given number. Now let us discuss an example based on this. We have to add 29.38, 3.895 and 0.005. Right? Now children, 29 is an integral number, 8 is also 3 is also an integral number, and here it is 0. So 29, then 3, then 0. Then we have used the sign of decimal. After decimal, it is 29.38 and we have taken one extra 0. Right? So 3 is at the 10th place, 8 is at the 100th place, and then 0 is at the 1000th place. Right? So here, now 3.895 is the next number. Then 0.005 is the last number. Now children, how to add them? First of all, 0 plus 5 is 10. So 0 will come here and 1 will come on the top. So 1 plus 8 plus 9 is how much? That is 18. So 8 will come here and 1 go on the top of the next. So this is 1 plus 3 plus 8 is equal to 12. Right? So 2 will come here and 1 will go before the decimal. So 1 plus 9 plus 3 is 13. Then 1 plus 2 is 3. So the answer is 13.028. I hope you all have understood this. Children, addition and subtraction of decimals we will be discussing in detail in our next assignment, right? So with this, I conclude this interactive session. I hope you all have enjoyed this. Now it's time for homework. So children, you are required to do the following questions in Maths Register. That is question number 1, first and third part. Question 4, A, B. 5, second and sixth part, and seventh part also. Question number 6, second, third part. Question number 7, second, third and fourth and sixth part. Then the last question, question number 8, second, fifth and seventh part. Thank you, children.